Touchdown back in Dubai. So I had an overnight flight last night, so I did try to sleep as much as I could, but it was very broken, so I'm feeling a little bit tired today. Nevertheless, I'm at the gym, catching up on coaching some clients. I've decided to give myself a day off of training just to recover from the travel. As Bali is in 4 days, the Melbourne prep continues, so the plan of action is to keep the running volume high, maintain my strength across all my compound lifts, and then double or even triple up on wall balls in the meantime. So that's the plan. Let's get into it. Work doesn't stop. Right, it's 4:30 p.m. I'm just at gym number 2 for today. Just going to give you a basic run through of how my day's gone. I was up at 5 a.m. in the gym for 6 a.m. through to midday with clients. And then I did some reflection on my Madrid HYROX in preparation for the Melbourne one, which I'll share with you. I did some afternoon steps, and now I'm back to the gym. I got one client and I'm going to be doing a late session this evening. 2 reasons why I'm doing a late session. Number 1 is I'm doing a simulation, a zone 3, so the only thing changing is going to be the running pace. All the weights are going to be at the pro weight, so that usually takes a little longer than my average session, so that's why I'm doing it a little later when I'm done with clients. Number 2, my Melbourne competition is actually late in the evening as well, so I want to get used to training a little bit later. But the plan of action is a nice session today.
Okay, let's go.
Right, that's my day complete. Coaching done, workout complete, and when I say complete, it basically went to shit. I had to stop after the run, after doing the sled push. So I planned for a zone 3 HYROX simulation run through, and it was pretty obvious that my energy was lacking. My sleep quality hasn't been great since I've flown back. I haven't eaten enough food today, and my hydration hasn't been on point either, so only myself to blame. I know I could have probably pushed through, but if I'd pushed through, then I probably would have ended up making myself ill. And the last thing I need before traveling again on the weekend is making myself ill, even before this Melbourne competition as well. So I did my run after the sled push, and then I finished on 100 wall balls. And I've got a perfect video to show you exactly what happened in my Madrid HYROX of having no reps, basically. So 1 day out from flying, 9 days out from my next event. I'm on my 4th client of the day today. I've been up since 5 a.m. I have to go and get my jabs this afternoon for Bali, and then I've got to get my session in, I've got to get a run in, and then I've got another 4 clients tonight. So super busy one today. I'm just currently in the car. I have about 10 minutes just to eat my food. So I've got 200 grams of chicken, 200 grams of rice, 100 grams of asparagus. Just eating on the go as you do, and then same again tomorrow. So head down, let's get it going. So I'm basically just working out of a coffee shop at the moment, and I've been working on what went well and what needs improvement for the next HYROX event. So I've written them down in my diary to give me a nice clear mind and a clear path of what to program in leading up to my next HYROX. So I'm just going to run you through basically on what I think went well. Number 1 was my running paces. It averaged out to 5 seconds slower than what I initially planned at 4:30, and I run the average of 4:35s. So I was pleased with that, and I thought that went well. Number 2 is I didn't get caught up in anyone else's race. It's quite easy to see people overtaking you in HYROX and feeling the need to speed up and keep up with other people, but you have to understand that everyone's running their own race, so it's important to focus on yourself, which I believe I did pretty well. Number 3, my sled pushes I was quite pleased with. They went very smooth. I didn't feel too much lactic acid build up in my lower body. The run did show a little bit of fatigue post sled push, although I did feel like the time reflected quite well on how smooth that actually went for me. It was about 2.5 minutes for the sled push, so that went well. And then my training prep leading up to the race, so especially the last 2 weeks before the event, I was a little cautious on, was I doing too much or was I doing too little? I needed to be just in that, that mid ground, and I feel I managed it pretty well. My recovery was on point, my training was on point, I stayed sharp, my strength was there, my fitness levels were there, my fatigue wasn't too bad. So I think that went well. leading up to the competition. What could I improve on for the next race? Pretty straightforward. Wall balls technique, 110%. I'm going to increase the volume, the weight, and perfect the technique, because even in a HYROX, towards the end of the race, you're going to be fatigued and your technique's going to drop anyway. So I need to make sure that I perfect it before going into my next race, otherwise it's going to be another disaster. So that's number one priority list. Number two is fueling pre and during the race. So this race specifically, obviously I felt very dehydrated. I also took gels around the race with me in my pocket, but I never took any. I just completely forgot about them. And I really did feel it towards the later end of the race. So for next time, at least I know now, when fatigue starts to hit, I can take some gel and I can take some water as well. That's really going to help me, I think. Number three is the warm up and prep before. This time a little out of my hands. The Uber cancelled on me before. I turned up 10 minutes before the race. But always take responsibility for my own planning. So next time, to have a backup plan. And I think if I did have a warm up, it could have benefited me in the race as well. So arrive earlier next time. And then my all-round ability in the HYROX event. So I can be quite honest with myself when it comes to competing at a high level in any sport. And also stats don't lie. So at least now, based off this race, I have all the stats I need to create a program to move forward with. I have my priorities of what I need to work on, what areas are slacking a little bit, and basically just all round building strength, fitness, volume, muscular endurance, all of these areas so that I can compete at a higher level. So that's what's happening. Right, 7:15 in the evening. I'm done with coaching for today. I'm just getting my late session in. As I said yesterday, trying to get used to the late sessions because my event is in the evening. Not that it's going to make a huge difference in the next 9 to 10 days, but any little helps, I suppose. Plan of action for the workout. I've already gone through my front squats, 4 times 5, 65, 70% effort. I'm still in sort of like recovery mode from the previous HYROX. So I want to challenge myself but not push myself to fatigue. I have the same now with bench press, 4 times 5, 65, 70% effort. Currently sitting about 70 kg here. Got another 2 sets to go. And then I'm going to get some practice on the sandbag walking lunges, 3 times 30. And then I'm going to do some overhead pressing, supersetted with some wall balls as well. Really need to scratch up on them, as you know. And then I'm going to get into a 35-minute recovery run. Still trying to keep the volume high, intensity not necessarily high, but I want to make sure that I'm still maintaining that fitness level and running volume up until the next event. So that's the plan of action. Let's get into it. Round 3. Thoughts after that session? Finisher, solid. Between having my hepatitis A and typhoid jab ready for Bali earlier, shoulders are feeling a little dead. I just finished with some heavy push press, straight into 15 wall balls. I did 3 rounds and then I finished the wall balls off then 15 every minute on the minute until I reached 100, so it was about 4 or 5 sets I think to finish off. So I'm feeling wrecked, but I'm going to get a recovery run in now just to flush everything out and then get home for some grub. Let's go.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Meal 1 going down, which is my protein shake with oats and peanut butter, and then a banana for some extra carbs as well. Let's go. Quick 10-minute drive now for clients 2, 3 and 4. Perfect time now to get my water and electrolytes in. I also have 5 grams of beta alanine in my water as well, so Let's go. Just got to client number 5's location. I've got 15 minutes now, so I'm going to eat 100 grams of toasted sourdough bread with honey, and then I've also grabbed an Americano from the gym, a big one as well. Back in the locker gym for client number 6. Just getting some food in now as well. 200 grams of chicken, 200 of rice, 100 grams of mixed veg, and then into the sauna and cold plunge for a bit of recovery. Right, Ja. I did my open HYROX in an hour 21 minutes. I've got my Melbourne Pro in 9 days. What time do you reckon I'm going to go for?
I'm going to get the wall balls on point. And yeah. If you get your wall balls on point, right, you take 4 minutes up.
4 minutes? Okay, Ben.
So your toast, bro, I'll be honest with you.
So they're 121 in the open. What do you think, my pro?
I reckon if you start more reserved, you control your running, fix up those mistakes, I reckon you could get 120 to 150.
Okay, so I got a 117 from Jared. Take about 4 minutes off, and I got a 1.
I'm gonna believe in you. I'm gonna say 115.
Say it again.
115.
Oh,
yeah.
Now that's optimistic. Plan of action. Sauna, 12 to 15 minutes, and then cold plunge. I believe it's about 5 degrees, for maybe a 3 to 5 minutes, and we're going to go for 3 rounds. Sauna done, feeling nice and chilled now. So I'm just going in now to get a nice trim, make me nice and aerodynamic, hopefully take a couple of minutes off my next HYROX. And then it's home for packing. I've got a busy evening on the laptop. I'm packing, and I got to take a trip to the mall to pick up a couple of things because it's currently rainy season in Bali, which isn't ideal. So I got to take Bali rain clothes, or rain clothes for Bali, and then I'm going to Australia then, which it's summertime. So yeah, it doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. Just get it going. There he is, man. Last meal of the day going in. So I've got some yogurt, protein powder, some oats, blueberries, flax seeds, chia seeds, and some honey. Just in between doing all the packing that I've got here. So I've got my HYROX stuff ready and everything else I'm gonna need for the next 5 weeks. We're gonna be leaving for the airport in the next 3 hours. And then next touchdown, Bali. Let's go.